Nikon Japan just announced that the Nikon Plaza Tokyo will be shut down March the 28th between 4 o'clock in the afternoon and 6:30 in the evening. And then over at Nikon Rumours, they're saying that we're going to be getting a major event at the end of April or the end of May. And then we got these, well, very interesting leaked images, detailed leaked images of a new Nikon camera with a special insignia, XX, at the bottom right of the camera. Curious? I know I certainly am. So let's get into it. But first, please do me a favor. Follow me on Twitter, subscribe to this channel, choose all notifications, like, comment, and all that good stuff, as it really helps this channel grow. Nikon just issued a notice of temporary reduction of the Nikon Plaza Tokyo showroom exhibition area. It takes place on March the 28th between 4 o'clock in the afternoon to 6:30 in the evening, Japanese local time. I'll be the first to admit that some sort of temporary shutdown notice for the Nikon Plaza Tokyo really doesn't mean anything by itself. I mean, after all, they could be doing some sort of building maintenance, or perhaps have run out of, well, places to hold meetings. Or maybe, and just maybe, they're holding an event that's got nothing to do with a new camera announcement. But maybe this is some sort of pre-camera announcement event where they're going to be talking to dealers and retailers about the upcoming products like the Nikon Z8, the Nikon Z6 Mark III, the Nikon Z7 Mark III, or some other camera. And this is going to be some sort of information session or training session. But what we do know is that, well, we're getting an awful lot of chatter regarding Nikon products and events. Nikon Rumours says that a major event will take place at the end of April or early May. And they know this because people have told them that they're already under an NDA for the event. Sounds exciting, right? But hold on a minute here. I'm sorry to throw a bit more water on this, but if these people are under an NDA, they've already kind of broken that NDA by saying that an event is going to take place at the end of April or the end of May. So why not just go ahead and say it's going to take place at the end of April on this date at this time? I don't understand why it's so vague, yet it's coming from people who are in the know. Unless, of course, those people don't know the date and time, which, considering we're on the, well, it's almost March. Yeah, you'd want to let people know the date and time because they have to book travel, they need to book reservations and all that good stuff. Oh, and one more thing. Nikon Rumours has 3 detailed leaked images of a new Nikon camera. Take a look at the bottom right here. This is very interesting. It's a Nikon Z camera, obviously. It's a Nikon mirrorless camera, but it's got the designation or the insignia XX. Is this some sort of new Nikon model, the XX? Or most likely, is Nikon trying to hide the true identity of this camera? And of course, on the back, we can see multiple dial buttons, we can see the menu buttons, and a whole bunch of buttons. We can see this quite clearly. In fact, we can even make out the fingerprints that if somebody wanted to take that down, we could probably identify who the person is who has this camera. And no, I'm not recommending anybody chase down this person. And of course, this last image right here is a view from the bottom. Doesn't really tell us a whole lot other than the battery, and of course, we can see that it has a flippy screen. I'll admit that any of these bits of information by themselves don't mean a whole lot. The temporary shutdown, leaked images of a camera that we've never heard of before, and of course multiple sources telling us that we're going to have an event coming up shortly, whether it's on March the 28th, or that meeting could be a meeting specifically for dealers and training, and then of course a meeting that could take place at the end of April, or a meeting that could take place at the end of May. We've got so much coming out, we've got so much information lately, that I believe that something is going to be happening imminently. I think we're going to definitely get an announcement of a new Nikon Z8 camera, and I think we're going to get the Nikon Z6 Mark III. Those two are the highest probable cameras that we can expect to see from Nikon. And what's exciting about the Nikon Z8 is it's a camera that's going to finally answer the Canon EOS R5, a camera that's been out for almost 3 years now, and of course the Sony A7 R5, a camera that was announced in late October. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the Nikon Z8. I'm not going to go into detail about the leaked specifications because at this point I don't really have any. Nobody does. What we do know is that Canon's already been out in the market with the R5. We've got the Sony A7 R5, so both of the R5s are out there. That gives us an idea of what the Nikon Z8 is going to be like in terms of capabilities. The only question is it going to sit above those two cameras or somewhere in the middle or somewhere beneath them? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And if you want to stay up to date on all the latest camera news and rumors regarding everything Nikon, Canon, Sony, Pentax, Olympus, everybody else, well, then go ahead and subscribe and choose all notifications. And by choosing all notifications, as soon as I publish a new video like this one here, you can stay up to date on all the latest camera news and rumors. And if you're not getting your notifications, please check your junk or spam folder. One other tidbit, I have a video coming out on Sunday morning, assuming all goes well, because I've got to do a bit more editing yet. And it's on the history of Sony digital cameras, not just Sony mirrorless cameras, but DSLRs and point and shoots. And of course, the Mavica line of cameras, specifically the Mavica CD1000, one of the most odd looking, well, cameras of all times. It looks more like a stunted potato gun than a digital camera. So that's coming up. It should be coming out Sunday morning around 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. But that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a great weekend, and we'll see you again soon.